Hi English 1022 students. I'm here to give you a quick overview of the week for Module 6 and the work that you'll be doing. We have kind of a light week. You're going to be learning about Essay 3 and we'll read through the instructions for that. And so what I need you to know about Essay 3 is that it's pick any topic you want, pick and write about and research any topic you want, and you'll still be placing yourself within the rhetorical situation and learning more about medium. Medium, M-E-D-I-U-M, spelling it just in case you couldn't hear the word I was saying. It's very similar to genre. We're thinking again about how a piece is written based on the conventions around the medium that you choose. But the thing that separates medium from genre, and we studied genre during Module 4, is that it puts some emphasis on the design of the document, the way that your document looks. So I'll spend a few minutes at the end of the video showing you some different mediums, just to show you a few examples. So you'll be learning about medium this week, which will probably require you to use images, or as you just heard me say, design. Something about your document might not look like an academic essay. You do have the choice to write an academic essay. You also have the choice to write something not an academic essay if you want to practice a different kind of writing. So we'll be looking at the design of documents a little bit more during Module 6 and Module 7. Those are the 2 weeks we're working on Essay 3. So you're learning about the essay requirements. It'll be similar to Essay 2 in that you do have to make some choices like you did for Essay 2 as well. So I look forward to discovering from you what you'll be writing about and the way that writing will take shape. Really, medium requires you to put your essay into a shape. If it's not in an academic essay, it'll be in a different kind of format and won't really be called an essay anymore, but still using paragraphs and still mimicking essay-like writing. So I'll ask you to read something this week, read through Essay 3 instructions. Primarily your work is to focus on 2 discussion boards, one due by July 7th, one due by the 10th. July 7th discussion board is for you to list out topics that you're interested in writing about. I mean, gosh, the last 10 days of our lives has introduced all kinds of new topics and concerns and maybe even worries. So there's plenty of things to write about in the news. If there are other topics you really care about that you want to write about, you can do that as well. So that's the first discussion board. The second one is talking with me and your classmates. This will be a public discussion board where you kind of write a proposal. A proposal meaning this is what I plan to write about for Essay 3. Essay 3 might be an essay, might be an academic essay, might be something else. But writing to all of us and sharing your plans and defining the various aspects of the rhetorical situation. And then, you know, you did a midterm revision and you chose Essay 1 or 2. Most of you chose Essay 1. So if you feel you want to revise the essay you did not submit for the midterm revision, you are allowed to do that. It is an optional assignment. It is not required. It is not worth any points. So if you decide to revise and the writing improves, let's say you do decide to do Essay 2 because you get it back. Some of you submitted that a little bit late, so maybe you get it back on the 4th or the 5th and you're like, yes, I want to revise Essay 2. If the quality of the writing improves, I will add points to your original score. So you'll see that in the grade book there are 0 points. Actually, I think it's 1 because D2L makes me assign it 1, but it's 1 point. But what I'm doing is helping you to improve the points that you've earned out of the 75 that Essay 2 or Essay 1 was originally worth. So the midterm assignment was different because, you know, it's a separate assignment asking you as an assignment to revise, and so this revision is an optional one. And then we're learning about the last 2 argumentative structures, Rogerian, invitational argument, and Tolman argument this week. So you'll be doing a little bit more reading in your textbook. If I scroll back up, you can even see there's a couple of textbook readings up on day 1. No textbook readings day 2, and plenty of textbook readings day 3. So I also will upload 2 mini lectures where I am talking about Rogerian and Tolman arguments. that you can watch. All right, so I want to spend just a few moments showing you some example mediums. I'm done previewing the week. I think I have about another 90 seconds left. So I wanted to show you a couple of mediums that you might consider for Essay 3. And there are plenty you can choose from. I'm showing you 4 right now, but there's definitely more. Actually, 3, definitely more that you can do. Maybe what I'll do is show you these 3 and then think back to spring semester and talk through with you about the mediums that a lot of my English 1022 students were writing in the spring semester. So the first and most popular medium is a blog article, a blog essay, which aligns pretty well with essay writing because you're doing a lot of the same things: introductions and body paragraphs and conclusions. But visually, it's a lot different, right? I mean, you have an avatar here and your name at the top. So your document looks a little bit different. It's not going to be in MLA format. Your title has a larger font size, a bold-faced font, maybe even a subtitle, working on images. So this particular writer, this blogger is writing about his mother's death and dementia. So images have captions. So you see paragraphs are sort of short, just kind of having you look at the visual nature of this blog. You see there are some section headings, so the essay can be broken up into different sections instead of just paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. A lot shorter paragraphs, bulleted lists. So a little bit more casual writing. It's not formal, it's not academic. It can move into research writing. It can blend in personal writing. I'm noticing that the writer is addressing the reader directly with second person. So this is a kind of writing that most professors wouldn't allow you to do, but I want you to choose which medium you're using, one that really fits well with your topic. And so you might find yourself doing something like this, and just kind of, again, showing you the visual nature of the blog. A lot of students who have chosen blogs, so here's some more sections, a couple more section headings here, have done their best to mimic the way that it looks within their word processing document, either using Google Docs or Microsoft Word, wherever you're doing the writing. And I was looking to see, you can do hyperlinks to other articles and to sources. I was looking to see if there were any other images, but a lot of writers who choose to use a blog will put images kind of throughout the essay. So lots of freedom to create something that communicates your topic through both text and image. And so blog is an option. I also wanted to show you another, I'm not trying to get you to donate there. My image seems to be right on top of that donate button. Another medium is called an open letter. So business letters and emails kind of mimic letters but are more condensed. You've probably written personal letters. An open letter is usually a letter written by an individual, a person, or an organization. In this case, it's a letter from the ACLU to Amazon employees, and it has to do with the constitutional right to abortion. So this is a pretty recent one. And I'm not going to go through the topic or how it was written, but you can see it has an opening. This is to a specific group of people, a very specific audience, and then it's written with paragraphs as an essay would be. Letters tend to be shorter. Probably if you decide to do something that's an open letter, first of all, it has a very strong focus towards argumentation, and can be on the longer side, 2 to 3 pages. But you notice that it's signed by probably not the person who wrote it. He probably had some staff writers write it for him, and he probably reviewed and said, yes, this is what I want to be published. But open letters are very, very common. They used to be published in newspapers and magazines, and now they're published online. So this is an option as well. You might think about writing a letter to someone or an organization. And then another one that's been on my mind a lot. I don't know how many of you are on Twitter, but one of the things that I adore about Twitter is that I can go read a Twitter thread and get a lot of information and even get links to other articles I can read. And they're quite credible. Thom Hartmann, I had him up in Twitter. I'm actually pulling up my phone so I can look him up real quick to see where he works. Give me just a second. But he published this article. Well, it's not an article, it's a Twitter thread, but it reads like an article on what could happen if the states receive legislative independence from national elections, meaning that the state could determine who they want to be president, and the way this could play out. And you see the word takeover, which kind of helps you to see his politics. It's a 31 tweet thread, and again reads very much like an essay, and I'm proposing this to you because I really do see these Twitter threads as being quite generative in the way that essays are. And you know, his threads, Hartmann's threads are quite short, but sometimes the thread actually, the different tweets in the thread actually fill out like paragraphs do. This one looks a little more outline-ish, kind of going through the steps that would have to happen to enable states to independently name who should be president within elections, and especially the 2024 election. So this is one of your optional readings. There's one other Twitter thread that I'm posting that you all can take a look at. But, you know, do you have to use any of the three that I'm talking about? No. I did blog, I did open letter, I did a Twitter thread, and you don't have to use those for your medium. You might say, Beth, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm going to stick with academic essay. Thumbs up, stick with academic essay if you need that practice and if you feel a comfort level of writing within the academic essay. But some other mediums that students used, a lot of people chose blogs. I'm thinking back to spring semester. I had a couple of people writing letters. I had several people doing academic essays. I'm trying to think. I had many people doing letters, but not open letters. Different kinds of letters too, like business letters. Give me a second. I'm thinking. I had like 4 sections, so my brain is thinking back to. I had a few students doing brochures, which don't really meet the word requirement for the essay, as you'll learn about in the assignment. So I had them do like a corresponding piece of writing to meet the word requirement, but some tried brochures or newsletters are some other mediums. So I'll have you explore mediums that you think might work for this assignment. I'll come up with a list so you can kind of look over some options. But I've shown you these 3 just so you could see the visual nature of the assignment. If you decide to write something outside of an academic essay, you'll want the piece to look as much like the medium that you choose as possible, and or you can actually post something live. And I've had students do not Twitter threads, but social media posts that were on the longer side that mix text with image. Trying to think if there are any other ones. Oh yes, the one that's like totally just like I'm skipping over. You could even design a small website using a free website generating website. And so I'll post some example websites that are free that you can use. I think one of them is called Wix. The one that I used to recommend is now charging, so I won't even say that one. But I'll give you all a handout this week so you can explore some medium options for your Essay 3. I'm super excited about it because you all get to learn how to use sources and a different voice within your writing. If you choose to use a medium that's different than academic writing, and if you choose academic writing, thumbs up. Just keep on doing that kind of writing if that's what you choose to do. So excited to hear about your topics this week, and the mediums that you're thinking about using. And as usual, there's the sign-up sheet for check-in meetings. So if you want to talk over your topics or the possibility for the topics, let me know. And have a great week, you all. I look forward to hearing from you this week. Take care.